Hello and welcome back to Lord Fenton Gaming Plays Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I'm your host, Lord Fenton. In this Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough video, we're going to go ahead and do some of the Hunter's Edge side quests. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so we'll be updated and more. Last video, we arrived here and does not look in good shape. Now, let's go ahead and start questing. The first side quest we're going to do is to be or not to be. You could do this under 5 minutes. There is a pragmatic versus romantic trait choice. Pick whatever one you want. I'll explain why I did mine after I finish up the side quest.
Look here! Look at you! How I admire one whose head is lodged so firmly upon their shoulders, like a spire that rests upon the breadth of its foundations, one and indivisible. Not I, alas. I fare not so, for I may replace my battered cranium as jauntily as a wizard may his hat. Just consider some of these examples here before me. How I admire this one's kingly brow, that one's exquisite jaw, yonder one's deep-set sockets that held a warrior's eyes. Why make a permanent choice? Why not cater to the occasion as called for? I would, but for the question, where does the soul reside? And so I ask, where are you, O ephemeral soul? If in a tooth you may be pulled, if in an arm you may be broken, where are you, O delicate monstrosity? As have we all. Townsfolk would sit on these benches and talk about their day. Children would sprinkle water at one another and snigger. Now their mouths neither talk nor snigger any longer, and all that is sprinkled about is blood. Days pass me by no longer, only the dreams of what was, but can never be again. Surely you jest when you question this question's importance. Say I opt for that there fair-featured sovereign of a skull. What happens if another soul lies therein sequestered? If I play the part of the aforementioned wizard, and swap its rugged lineaments for the feeble ones that are my own, who shall I become? Yes. Who is I, then? Were I sure that the soul houses within the chest, within one's little toe, for all I care, I would fret not so. But the certainty I long for remains as impossible to find as one specific raindrop in the rain. You, oh, I beg of you, have you not the answer?
You needn't worry. Unlike our heads and our bodies, it is we and our souls that are one and indivisible.
I concur. Pick a new skull if you want one. It's not going to change who you are in the least.
But of course. Why was I so blind? The soul is not of the body, it is of the spirit. A new skull I shall have, but sane person I'll remain. Oh, the agony of choice. I think I'll opt for the one with the kingly brow.
I picked the romantic choice because I want to see the skeleton alive. That's my best way to do it. I didn't like the pragmatic one. The pragmatic one, skeleton would disappear, but either way, that side quest is now complete. The next one is the star-crossed lovers. Now, when you first try to do it, you see an orc and a human talking, and yeah, they don't want you there, so you need to go into stealth after you finish talking to them. Then there is a compassionate and heartless choice. Now, if you did Heartless, well, you have to talk to the Orc Leader and both of them die. If you're compassionate, you keep it a secret. The quest will actually be complete after all hell breaks loose. Yeah, that'll be in a future video, but still you want to do these steps. It's very important, so I'm going to start the entire process, then I will definitely return.
You must be itching to lose your fingers if you dare disturb my camp, human.
What are you playing at, Toadskin? Watch how you address us, you betters. You did hear how Homeless Gorak got his name after all.
Yeah, piss off then. Go and gab amongst yourselves like a pair of chickens, why don't ya? I can ask the same of you, small bones. I don't go stomping up to you in a ballet class demanding to know which pirouette you're doing next, do I?
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
Have you that? If you keep that up, we're through. It'll be the noose for me and the rack for you. Is that what you want?
Keep what up exactly? I was only having a bit of fun.
Even a local smell the end of us in this place. I won't stand for it. I won't lose you over a silly joke.
Tell me how I can help it. Everywhere you go, this damn bleeding heart of mine follows.
Don't you think I feel the same? You must know how every shred of my soul screams to be near you. But I've learned to keep it quiet, and you've got to do the same.
Haven't you? A burning battle, flooded light, were nothing to Han's lover's eyes.
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his soul would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's me.
Quit your sneaking around, you snake. Where'd you say you come from again? And how do we know you ain't a spy? What? That's disgusting. A tiny pink-fleshed human and an orc like myself? Why, I've got eyes for the great Gratilda alone.
Uli, we can't hide forever.
Hide what? You think this stranger knows anything about the two of us, Ulfric? I tell you now, that twerp don't know a thing.
Enough, Uli. Enough. Surely this stranger has no reason to put us in harm's way. We're all sworn immaculates here, are we not? There are certain secrets that perhaps we, beneath the goddess's eye, may share in good faith.
Well, first thing you have to understand, we orcs aren't made to love it all. Nah, we're born devoted to our queen, and to her we turn all our attentions. To seek fulfillment outside the queen's graces, well, it's a treason committed only once in a red moon among we orcs. And the penalty's a terrible death. When we first took the village, I couldn't tell Ulfric apart from the rest of the pink little ants scurrying about. A human was a human, as far as I was concerned.
As for me, Ulor stood out right away. The curve of his horns, his regal bearing. He was fascinating. I'd never seen an orc as anything but an enemy, but suddenly I couldn't keep my eyes off this great green brute. I suppose my staring was rather conspicuous.
You suppose? Oh, I thought you were aiming to slit my throat the way you were watching me.
I couldn't help myself. It was almost supernatural. But when Ulor marched over to me, club in hand, to address my strange behaviour, something happened.
Love at first sight, if you can believe it. I came over aiming for a fight, but all I found in Ulfric's eyes was, well, whatever it was, it hasn't left me since.
Please, if you've any mind for sparing two fellows a terrible fate, you'll swear to keep our secret to yourself. We've committed no sin greater than experiencing a love as sweet and pure as any. But if we were discovered, it would mean certain death for us both.
We swear it indeed. We'll not see anyone harmed for daring to love.
And so let us speak the oath. Your secret is safe with us.
Ah, friend. Your words are a great relief to my beloved and I. I can't explain how or why we found these feelings, but there's one thing I know for certain. We are no traitors, and our service to the cause remains true. Your discretion is worth its weight in gold. Goddess bless you.
The very next quest is for the Armoury Key. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to the big orc in the room to start it up. This is where you want to be at exactly. It's next to the Star-Crossed Lover side quest. So here we go on definitely starting up this one.
Now in the second of them, well. Thought you could get away with it, did ya? Don't look so confused, Pinky. The Armoury Key. Hand it over. Painting my toenails pale lilac, of course. What does it look like, you ape? I'm hunting for a missing key. I'm the All-Mother's right hand. If there's something she needs done by someone she knows can do it, I'm the one she calls. This little key ordeal, don't change that. It's small, metal, fits in a keyhole. Help us look or shove off, will ya? I've got to find the key before the old mother finds out it's missing, or she'll carve a spear at me right tusk.
So the key to the armory is missing. It could prove rather worth our time to find it.
Source hunter, scavenger hunter. For better or worse, our
Sodom,
resumes
all the way
are
to my
correct.
boot soles.
My kingdom for a
For the next step of the Armoury Key side quest, we gotta go to the tavern. Also, there is another side quest there called Distill My Heart. Now, we're gonna meet the two faction leaders, which is the Orcs and the, I think it's Northern Immaculates. Yeah, they're like Vikings in this game. So, we're gonna go ahead and check both faction leaders out and see what's definitely going down.
Well, by the boot soles of Burl Boonhammer, what have we here?
Another human in Hunter's Edge. State your business, whelp.
Hail, Immaculate. By the sickle of Tyr Gutgouger, I'm glad to see another human face here in Hunter's Edge. Not yet another misshapen orcish snout.
If you fancy keeping that human face of yours, I wouldn't take my cues from the chief of the mountain apes. I may have sworn to refrain from carving my name across his back, but yours, I do believe, is free for the taking.
Regular ray of sunshine, ain't she? Don't let her manners fool you, though. Her disposition may be dark, but her wit is bright. Bright and devious. Believe me when I tell you that she's plotting against us as we speak, and would have long given the order to spill our blood if she wasn't leashed by the orders of the conduit herself. But by the shield of the Stormbringer, she'll not outfox the sworn brothers of Tannaroth. And I sincerely hope she won't outfox the likes of you either. You belong to the Silver Glen tribe, I take it. Thought you were all holed up in Highbehind, but it pleases me to see some of your number have come to Hunter's Edge. Yes, an outsider not as yet distrusted by the Orcs is exactly what I need in the matter of the missing bloodstones and the matter of the wizard's house. But let's talk in my headquarters over yonder, for by the beard of the Bear Slayer there are too many green ears around here.
The human one I am not doing yet. That's going to be a future video when I'm done with all the side quests in Hunter's Edge. I skipped the parts I got lost, so this is the tavern inside. It doesn't look like it, but you know what? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go in there and just talk to Herschel. If you want to get past the charisma check, make a save, and then do it. You get some extra experience points. Me, I just let it all fly. So look for Herschel, and you'll actually start Distill My Heart. And if you try to win the charisma check, if you can.
Oh, a new immaculate face in town. What a pleasure to serve you. I've a deal running now. Double the whiskey for any and all who refrain from beating me from the neck up and the crotch down. Oh, I'm nobody at all. Just the old tavern keeper in this here village. Things have been busy since the orcs came, but I've never been one to complain too much. Well, especially with with my wife and kids gone, I prefer to keep my eye on the prize. Oh, whiskey, of course. No excruciatingly terrible memory a nice glass of the good stuff can't wash away. Oh, swell, guys. Swollen as swell can be. I haven't a complaint in the world. Not in the wide world. Keep me busy, they do. Day and night. Night and day and night again. Well, you might imagine me a wee bit utterly exhausted, but I wouldn't have it any other way. After all, the soul-crushing night terrors can't find you if you never sleep. That's my motto. Well, the scenery's certainly changed in recent weeks, I'll tell you that much. Used to be a quiet sort of place. Family folks, you know. Never had much trouble, and all the less because our little town played host to a source hunter and a powerful wizard both. Can't say why we were overcome so quickly. Can't say why so many of us were cut down over those shiny stones. An immaculate like you know better than me, I suppose. Yes, I suppose an immaculate just like you might have been the one who held my son's head back while Gratilda sliced his throat open, eh? Oh, but who's got time to think on the past? That way lies danger, I say. I only know that these orcs are a thirsty lot. It's my job to keep my head down and the whiskey flowing. That I am. But I'll tell you, I never served a lot quite like these Goliaths. They drink like elephants and pay like... well, they don't pay at all. Then again, I can't say I mind this little arrangement too terribly. The happier they are, the longer I evade the rack and the screw. Each glass brings us closer to the last of the whiskey, though. My bowels shrink when I think what'll happen when we get to the bottom of the last barrel. We've already exhausted the tavern supply, but I've been pilfering from my old buddy Glen's stores. I doubt he'll mind, seeing as he was one of the first orcs sunk their claws into. Now that was a man dedicated to fine liquor. Knew all there was to know about distilling whiskey, he did. Oh, what I'd give for a barrel of Glen's good stuff now. These orcs wouldn't know what hit 'em. What about it? I can't say I know a thing about the armoury, but save bringing the occasional flagon to the guards there. But I've delivered a drink from barracks to bridge in the course of my work. I appreciate your concern, dear friend, but I'm doing quite all right in my own fashion. I won't be mucking up my position with the orcs by colluding with a stranger.
The reason why I got Distill My Heart, well, it's going to be very beneficial later on when all hell breaks loose. Yeah, you'll definitely see why. Still, you want to do this one before, you know, doing the one quest that makes everything in Hunter's Edge all hell breaks loose. So our next area will be the Tavern Basement. And it's not here, it's actually by the entrance to the tavern. It's been a while, so I'm just looking around. Now, the reason why we're going to the Tavern Basement, it's the Armoury Key side quest. You heard me right. That key. And there is the basement. Now, if you want to go upstairs, that's for Medora. I'm not going to do it. I'm probably going to do it just in, I'd probably say another video. I made one mistake. I should have just let the trap sprung. You definitely want to do that. Me, I was afraid at the time as if the trap was deadly. It is not. I'm going to say this now. So if you spring the trap, then talk to Herschel. And if you're vindictive, he will attack you. Afterwards, the source hunters will be your making the compassionate or heartless choice. Or you can be forgiving and then get some more attitude points. Also, you get a little bit of experience points. So if you want to squeeze those experience points and attitude points, go ahead and do so. If you do not, just do what I do, is just spring the trap from a far distance. In other words, just use your character with your bow and arrow and just make it safe. Now, this treasure chest I'm about to shoot up has the key in it and some other random junk too. And no, there's no Barley here. We'll get to Distill My Heart later on, but still, we're going to just shoot this up. There, a few more hits, and it should go bye-bye. And great news is this, everyone. Yeah, once you destroy the chest, the trap is gone for good. Oh, wow, there's some okay items. And that's alright, helmet. I can make better, though. So, we got the key. At the time, I forgot where the armory was. If you're really serious about loot, look for the armory. I'll look for in a future video, show everybody where it's at exactly. Let me get everybody together. And we're going to go ahead and go towards Glen's store. Yeah, we're on the next step. So, we're only going to Glen's store, not to turn the key. We're actually go ahead and resume Distill My Heart. Yeah, this quest is a big one. Now, because I destroyed the treasure chest, I don't have the option for the Armoury Key. Yeah, see? I don't at all. So, what I'm going to do is get to that store and show you another basement. This basement, we're actually going to visit about, I believe, once... no, it's twice. Yeah, we're going to visit it twice. So, in order to advance Distill My Heart, you're going to need a special book to pull all this off. So, you're going to go this direction to Glen's store. Yeah, that's the one that the barkeeper said that Glen was probably the first one killed by the orcs. I can believe that too. It's a shopkeeper. They'll kill him. They're always the first to die. Well, in some RPG games anyways. That's a rat hole. We're not going to deal with that. That's going to be for the next video. So, we go this direction. Keep on... wait, it's not here. It's in the other room. Still, loot up the treasure chest. They won't mind, right? In fact, it's alright to loot things up if it's not red. After it's red, if it's red, I say is, yeah, loot it. Just don't loot it. Just invisible, then loot it up. And there's the basement. We're going to go ahead and go in. And what we're looking for is a book. Yes, read this book. That's important. In fact, read it, then take it. And this will advance the step for Distill My Heart. And we have a recipe. That's great news. Also, for some reason, the area is shaking. I do not know why. We'll get to that in a few moments. We'll grab a few things before we leave. Yeah, we'll grab that. I'm going to try to see if there's a certain item. Yeah, I'm looking for a bottle of swirling mud. I think it's called. You see, I have a Fury Heart. Once I have that, then I can create the most powerful in-game sword ever. Yeah, I'll explain why when I get to level 20, you should craft your heart out. I might even dedicate a whole entire episode on it. Depends how I feel. So, nothing else is there. I'm going to go ahead and grab some wheat anyways, in case I do need to make some more fish pies. Yeah, they're really good. Let's go upstairs. And now we're going to go ahead and get the barley. Yeah, it's a special, I think it's plant. Yeah, and we're going to grab that. That's going to be for making the spirit. Yeah, we're going to go brewing, everyone. Now, if you've been playing certain MMOs, some of that brewing can be very fun. I'm going to try to make sure I'm going the right direction. That's a little bit confusing at times, but you can get used to it once you do, I'll probably say about most of the side quests in this Hunter's Edge area. So, you go through the gates outside of town. Now, there's the pumpkin patch. You're really close, and there is the item we need. You're only going to need to grab one. You're going to be getting a sack of it, which is good. This is what you want exactly. So go ahead and loot that up. Let me double confirm it. It's in my inventory. It is. We got that. So we're going to go ahead. Next is to actually go to the mill. Yeah, this is like Ultima 7. So if you ever play that game, you get to do something like make bread, and it's really cool. Well, in this case, we're making some nice brew or alcohol. So there's the mill. This is where you want to do. Now, we just got the sack of barley. Combine it with the mill. And we're going to have a sack of grit. So let's go ahead and do that. This requires no crafting and no blacksmithing at all. Otherwise, I would have to bring Medora in this. And probably do her personal quest. Which I'm not really doing. For the next step we're going to need is to get some water. So anyhow, here's how to get the water. Get the bucket, combine it with the well, you got water. We're going to need that to combine the grit with the water. So that's going to be a very easy step. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. Now we get the bucket plus the well. We got the water. Now we're going to do another set of combination. The bucket of water with the sack of grit. And we're going to make, I think it's called Wort. Or something like that. It's something you make brew with. Not in the brewing, but still. You definitely want to do it. There, we got the item. Now we got to go back to Glen's shop in order to make the spirit. Now, great news is we're going to make the spirit. However, after our source hunters talk it over, we got to go to the end of time to actually finish this up. I'll tell you who can actually pull this off. So, go to the basement, combine what you just made with the pot still, and you're going to make the spirit. So we're down here. It could get a little bit buggy at times when you try to combine thanks to the fact that the screen shakes up. So be very patient. Now with the pot still combined with the wort, and we're going to make the brew. After that, I'll see you all at the end of time. I'll show you who could do the next step.
Any good unless we can twist time forward a decade or two.
Who do we know who might be able to bend the rules of time ever so slightly?
At the end of time, there's only one person that can actually break the rules of time going our way. The imp. So, with the spirit, give that to the imp, and he'll make you 30-year-old spirit, which we're going to do that now.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? Heavy is the hand that wields time. If you're very certain this sort of meddling is strictly necessary, I suppose I could oblige. No, it won't be difficult. I'll simply pop your little mixture into a deep, dark basement and revisit it, shall we say, 30 years in the future? What did I tell you? Now, be careful with this libation, will you? I had just the tiniest sip myself, and I must say, it's quite potent.
Fly straight to the
Know
void?
more about the void.
Oh,
What it is,
the way
what
up.
lies at the heart of it.
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course.
We have the 30-year-old spirit, so next stop is the Orc Tavern. Yep, that's right. We're going to talk to Herschel and complete Distill My Heart. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish it up. Once again, I'd like to apologize. Couldn't find the armory. Still, I'm going to bank on whoever I give the key to. I'll be able to use the said key after all hell breaks loose in Hunter's Edge. That'll be for a future video. For now, we're completing most of the side quests for this one, and then the rest for the next video. So, we're going to the tavern, give the spirit to Herschel, and the quest shall be complete.
What can I do you for? Let's have a look. Well, I'll be Gratilda's great Aunt Gretchen. Single malt, aged 30 years. It seems my old pal Glen hid away his finest spirits for a rainy day. A shame to waste something so fine on them. But something this delectable ought to put them in a more gentle spirit. The goddess must be smiling upon you. I've procured a particularly rare batch of whiskey. Who's first?
Thirst does soon magnify one's twirly.
I had to overlook to see if there's any more side quests I could do for this video. Well, there is one more I'm actually go ahead and show you. It is called the Back Alley Trader side quest. Now, the side quest is a really fun one and also can help you out later on when all hell breaks loose in Hunter's Edge. So, there was an orc that says, "Psst, over here." Well, we're going to talk to said orc. I believe, okay, that's not it. That's the rat catcher. We'll deal with him another time. So, let's go ahead and start up this side quest, which is real easy to do.
Hey, you, stranger, over here. You look like you could use a leg up against the competition. Isn't that so?
Nothing more than a humble trader, my lord. There's always plenty to get around after the raising of a village. I collect a bit of it and bring it to market. Tenebrium's awfully valuable after all. No reason wares of this caliber ought to rot in some coffer. Why, my lord, I wouldn't dare steal from the All-Mother. A grave crime, that'd be. No. I simply pick from the loot she hasn't quite noticed yet. Doesn't miss 'em in the least. This I promise on my honour as an orc. With pleasure, my lord.
Well, this orc sells tenebrium stuff, if you're really into that. That was useful when we were actually going for closing the rift. Since we do not need tenebrium weapons no more, this is a great time to either let him sell it or turn him in. Well, I'll tell everybody why I picked my choice when we get down that road. So for now, we're going to go ahead and do the Armoury Key turn in. I couldn't find the armory at the time, but still, like I said, I'm going to repeat it again. I'm banking on all hell breaks loose, so I get the key anyway. So let's go ahead and turn the Armoury Key side quest in and get our reward.
Can't you see I'm trying to concentrate? Blasted key. Did it sprout wings and fly to Sightseal? What about it? Do you know what happened to it? Come then, out with it.
Would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's mead.
Well, we have the key. We might as well hand it over.
Who knows? He may even reward us for our trouble.
That's the one. Oh, well, I can breathe a bit easier now that that's settled. Wouldn't surprise me elixir you humans passed it among yourself just to make me sweat. But boy, does it feel good to have her back in my pocket. Here, go on and have this, why don't you? And thanks. But Matilda, and a human besides. A traitor, a freak.
It's history's so-called freaks in the market.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
I did the other way. I would have gained Egologistical, and then I would have gained Obedient. Those are two traits I did not want. Instead, I just gave it to original quest giver. That is good. Now, I'm going to have to go through all the dialogue with the Orc Leader, so I had to skip some parts because I had to go back and forth in order to do that. So, let's go ahead and advance the next step of this trader quest.
Perhaps you haven't heard, whelp. Every time a foot soldier disturbs me, I take his head to compensate for my time.
I saved you the finest paw.
Brave of you to disturb me, human. In your experience, has bravery been a particularly effective defense against disembowelment?
Take notice.
Goodness. Leader. A word that hardly suffices. I lead them as far as the head leads the body. They serve me and live in service to me. I am their all-mother, the beginning and end of their very lives. I am loved by them. I am craved by them. I choose from among them he who pleases me, and I destroy the rest. The orcs of this tribe are executors of my will, no more. Naturally, there are few finer pleasures than standing before the fruits of one's labor. A stack of gold, and goods to one side, and sopping sinews and bone to the other. Ah, divine. I've developed a particular affinity for tenebrium of late. The sheen of it rather pleases the eye. My boys know not to keep a shard of the stuff from me. Consider this your warning too. Miserable, you say? I quite like it. Save the altogether hideous pink apes infesting the place. But exterminating them was a rather titillating diversion, I must admit. The townsfolk here were no different from those in the north. The larger ones beg me to spare the smaller ones. The smaller ones bleat like lambs for the larger ones. yet they each squeal just the same when you split their piggy skin from nose to navel. Yes, I dare say the wizard won't be so pleased with himself for evading us when he returns. His servants' entrails will be wreathed among his grapevines, and the rest of the villagers are already hacking away in the Tenebrium mines. Undead drones bent in service to the conduit. Our conduit didn't describe every detail of her plan to her mold-eyed pets in the mines. Well, no matter. It hardly concerns you, unless you can break the enchantments protecting his house. But that's a matter of magic, not the erotic virtues of your mother's rot-rancid corpse. I doubt anyone from Silver Glen will be of use. So it seems, but even the cleverest magician cannot conceal his tricks forever. The wizard may have fled, but he left a passel of servants behind. Servants I very much doubt will be immune to the charms of my screws and cleavers.
Who do you think it
Well,
was?
that depends very much, whelp. My boys are free to do what they will with the garbage left over after a massacre. But certain more valuable materials must be delivered to me. Tell me, were my boys selling something rare or unusual?
Indeed. One trader offered us gear made of tenebrium.
That's right, he did. Quite the sneak, isn't he, to hide it from you?
I understand. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I call you all father now.
The reason being why I decided to turn in the trader is two. Number one, it's a righteous trait choice, and number two, one less orc when all hell breaks loose. Yeah, we're eventually doing that. So for now, we're going to go ahead and follow our leader of the orcs. Yeah, she's about to seriously dispense some justice. This is great. There are actually some side questions you could do to get those choices to dispense some justice and knock the players off the battlefield when it's definitely time. Just make sure she walks towards it. And at times it can be annoying with the other characters talking. So I'm going to just let everything happen. After this, I'll do a recap.
Check a diamond.
Oh, finally!
What do I owe this?
What was the minimum? 5 gold?
I think you know full well.
What are you, a beggar? I'll add another 10 to the tally.
Let's run the time to gold. I've got plenty of gold for you. Take it all. Anything you.
Check. Let's see that last bloody
Can I
card.
just...
Fine, I'll check. Let's see what we're hiding under there. 4 o'clock.
That one's worth 10 coins for sure.
This thief
Too rich for my blood. I fold.
Let him rot on the gallows.
Let's see those cards.
I don't want drunk
The very first thing I did was I helped out a skeleton, did the armory side quest, got the key, turned him to the orc who needed the armory key. After that, made some brew for Distill My Heart, got the orcs drunk, which is great. Then I did the trader quest, turned the trader so I could knock off one less orc on the playing field. And that was it. In our next Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough video, we're going to go ahead and finish up some side questing in Hunter's Edge and help out a cat. This is it for my Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough Hunter's Edge side quests video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestions on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestions on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the barbecue.